The "you say tomato, I say tomato" song continues to give people the wrong idea about how language works. That song suggests this very laissez-faire attitude that is untrue 99% of the time in language. Tomato, tomato, and potato, potato are rare instances of wiggle room in pronunciation, but let uneducated people get their hands on this premise. They want to apply it to every grammatical mistake they make, every word they mispronounce. They're looking at you like you're crazy. They're like, look, you say toilet, I say turlet. And you say, no, turlet's not a word. You can't say turlet. And they say, well, what about tomato and tomato? And you say, well, you see, the problem is that you're poor. So you don't understand a range of things. And then it becomes class warfare. I mean, why even get involved in this discussion? That song should just go, you say tomato, and that's how you say it. I don't like it much when men use the scale of 1 to 10 to rate women physically. It's just an awful, mean-spirited thing to do. Which is why, in the interest of sparing people's feelings, I only use 8, 9, and 10 for my scale. Because it makes people feel better to hear that they're an 8, even though they don't know. On my scale, 8 is ugly, 9 is average, 10 is attractive, which is all you really need. The 1 to 10 hotness scale is negative just by virtue of its own structure. Men typically only use 7, 8, 9, and 10 to describe women they think are attractive. So there are only 4 different levels to differentiate categories of hot women. But for some reason, 6 levels to more accurately sift through the rubble. They call it a hotness scale, but its focus is actually the other way. Simple semantics brings us to the problem here. If you're going to have a hotness scale, women who aren't hot shouldn't be on it. If you were rating great athletes, you wouldn't start with Stephen Hawking and work your way up. Start at the top, work your way down, and then choose a reasonable place to stop, where athletes end and non-athletes begin. 1s and 2s should be the lowest level of hot person, and the rest of us should be spared the humiliation of the scale. I realize this takes some of the fun out of those conversations. Oh, what'd she look like? Oh, man, she was a good, solid, not applicable.